Welcome to the One Star Week Foot Show, FIFA 21 edition, starring your host, One Star Weakfoot, and our review specialist, One Star Weakfoot. Bow! Season's greetings, YouTube, and welcome to the One Star Weakfoot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, One Star Weakfoot, and it makes me feel so amazing to see you back on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, as you guys can see by the thumbnail, we do have an interesting theme today, Italian icons. And there are two cards we are reviewing today. And interestingly enough, not only are they both Italian, they both have the 5-star weak foots. We're talking about none other than 90 rated Alessandro Del Piero and baby icon Zambrota. So guys, shall we? Let's look at the cards. All right, the first card we're talking about here is Alessandro Del Piero. And interestingly enough, I've tried every Del Piero card in past FIFAs. I've tried Baby Del Piero. I've tried Prime Del Piero. I have tried Prime Icon Moments Del Piero, but I've never tried the mid-icon version, so that's why I opted for him today. As you guys see here, he's 5'9". He has medium work rates. He's right-footed. But of course, it's not mattering because he has the 5-star weak foot, the 4-star skill moves. As you guys see here, I played 7 games in division rivals with him. I got 1 goal and 6 assists. And these stats don't look that great, but you have to consider the fact I literally hit the post with this guy at least 4 to 5 times. I'm not sure what was going on with the gameplay, but this guy probably should have 4 or 5 goals rather than just 1 goal. And I mainly played him at the cam position in the 3-5-2. Before I go any further though, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a favor, hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, do me a big favor and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So, when you look at this Del Piero card, I mean, he looks very interesting as far as what fits the meta. I mean, pace-wise, he has the bare minimum if you're playing him at cam. Shooting-wise, he looks insane. 93 finishing, 89 attack positioning are standout stats here. Of course, he has the finesse shot trait. And if you've ever played with him in past FIFAs, you already know his shot outside the box is absolutely mental. Passing-wise, he looks very nice, and that's why I played him at the cam position. His 91 vision, his 84 short passing, his 88 curve look to make a tremendous combination in that role. Dribbling wise, it's like a tale of 2 stories. I mean, the dribbling stat itself is 94, the ball control is 94, but agility and balance wise, he does not look super impressive. He has 87 and 73 in that regard. He's 5'9", so he's not the shortest player. We're going to see how that affects him in game because you guys know dribbling is so important this year. Physically, he doesn't really have much to talk about, but his 85 stamina is very respectable. The next card we're going to talk about here is 86 rated base icon Zambrota. As you guys know, I packed him in the base icon pack, and I was very happy to see it. And when you look at this card, he looks very interesting when it comes to right backs, left backs, center backs, whatever position you want to play him in, he can pretty much do a job there. He's 5'11". He has high medium work rates. He's right-footed. But once again, he has the 5-star weak foot. The 4-star skills, as you guys see here, I played 7 games in division rivals with him, and I got 0 goals and 1 assist. And when you look at this card, he looks like the perfect fullback on this game. He has the pace. The passing and dribbling with the 5-star weak foot is really what separates him from other fullbacks on this game. Defending-wise, he is no slouch. Physical-wise, he looks like a beast. I mean, 90 stamina, 85 aggression, 81 strength. There's not that many fullbacks on this game with a well-rounded set of stats like him. And being that he is an icon, he might outplay these stats. We're going to see how that plays out. You might be wondering what position I played him in, and he split time in the 3-5-2 as a right center back and as a wide mid. I wanted to test him out defensively, and I want to test him out offensively. And side note, you're going to be seeing some gameplay on your screen in a little bit. I ended up facing Nick from Run the Foot Market, and it's crazy. I did not really expect to see it, but then I saw the account name. I saw that the fact that he was using Tuanzebe from Manchester United, and I went on Twitch as the game started, and I saw he was facing me as well. So we faced Nick from Run the Foot Market. We lost 3-2. We probably would have lost by a little bit more if he was taking the game seriously. I mean, I wasn't really playing my best FIFA. It's not my best team, but it was really fun to play. So if he does come across this video, I want to shout him out. He's a good content creator, and it was a fun game. But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna jump into the gameplay. I'm gonna take you over to our review specialist in the studios, One Star Weakfoot. Take it away. Thanks, One Star. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 reviews today very quickly. The first one's going to be Alessandro Del Piero. He is selling for $1.2 million on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? As far as pure value, I do think somebody like Neymar, somebody like Ronaldo and Mbappe is a better value, but he is a very good card. We're going to break down the stats. So, first we're going to talk about his pace. He has 85 pace, and as expected, he's not that quick, but at the same time, not that slow. He can beat the defensive line from time to time, but he doesn't really have the acceleration, the pure sprint speed to create true separation, and that does affect the way you have to play with the card. Overall, this guy's pace is at 8 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about shooting, and like I said, he only had 1 goal, but I do think it's not really representative of how good his shot is. This guy hit the post so many times. It might be because of the delayed gameplay, but it was very, very frustrating. His attack positioning, though, is a class above. He makes intelligent runs. He was always open. There were times it looked like he was offside, but he was actually onside, wide open in the box. And his outside the box shots, if you hit it with a finesse shot, are absolutely nuts. The 1 goal he scored was an absolute banger, surrounded by defenders. He found some space and he hit the finesse shot top bins. Overall, this guy's shooting is a 9 out of 10. I do think he's a very clinical card if he doesn't hit the post for you. Next, we're going to talk about his passing, and honestly, I was pleasantly surprised because 85 passing is very good, but the in-game stats didn't really fill me up with much inspiration. But in-game, this guy was a playmaker. He brought Werner, he brought Rashford into the game very, very brilliantly, and the short passing is a thing of beauty. He has perfectly weighted through balls in and around the box if that's how you want to play. His over-the-top through balls aren't quite as good, and that's because he has 76 long passing. That being said, he won't let you down in that regard. His free kick accuracy is something else that's very, very good with him, and overall, this guy's passing is a 9 out of 10. Is he good enough to play the cam position? I would say absolutely. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and it was pretty much how I expected it to be. His ball control, his dribbling is absolutely insane. If you do simple things like left stick dribbling, R1 dribbling, L1 dribbling, he's going to keep the ball very close to his body. He's fairly sticky, and he's very hard to dispossess. The main issue is when you try to use skill moves. If you try to do a heel-to-heel, an L1 fake shot, if you just try to hit the ball in front of you and run after it, he doesn't really have the body type, the physical, the pace to keep the ball when you do that. He tends to lose the ball if you do too much with him, but if you keep it simple, he's going to be fine. His agility and balance, I didn't really notice being a big issue, but he was noticeably less snappy on the ball in comparison to somebody like Zola or even Baggio. Overall, this guy's dribbling is an 8 out of 10. It's very, very good if you limit it to what he's good at. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and there's not really much to talk about here. He felt very weak in game. Not quite as weak as somebody like Mertens, but he's not somebody I want to shield with at all. He's not somebody I want to be in the position where I'm going in for a 50-50 challenge. His 85 stamina, though, was great. And overall, I gotta give his physical a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this Del Piero card? I think if he fits your playstyle, he might not be a bad value. His finishing is great. He has the 5-star weak foot. His passing ability is really, really nice. But what you do have to keep in mind with this guy is it's a specific playstyle you need to use in order to get the best out of him. Do not try to be skilling all over the place. It won't do well. Keep it simple. Do the ball rolls, the L1 dribbling, the R1 dribbling. Don't try to hit it in behind with him. Don't try to shield too much with him. And if you really play to his strengths, you're really going to find that he's a great player. Overall, I got to give him a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the card. I don't think he's the best value for money, but he's still a very, very effective card in game. Next, we'll talk about Zambrota. Is he worth 730k? And I would have to say, I would wait for him to drop to 500k or so, but he is, I think, the best right back I've used on this game so far. We're going to break down the stats. So, first we're going to talk about his pace. He has 91 pace, and honestly, it was amazing. His pace was very, very good. He never got beat in the foot races when it comes to the counters and everything like that. His acceleration coming out of the skill moves was really, really nice. And overall, I gotta give this guy's pace a 9.5 out of 10. I didn't even throw a pace chem style on him, and he still felt lightning quick. Next, we're gonna talk about his passing, and this is an underrated aspect of a card. This is the underrated aspect of any fullback on this game. Because if you like to play possession, if you like to play counters down the lines, you're going to need somebody who could pass the ball. And this guy fits the profile. He has 80 long passing, 80 long passing, 82 curve. And when it comes to through balls over the top or ground through balls, he's very, very nice at that. And if you like to hit balls down the line, he's going to be able to do that. His 84 short passing and 78 vision also make it so that if you find him pushing up, he's going to be able to contribute to build a play very well. His crossing was a thing of beauty, and the one assist he got was an insane R1 cross into the box, perfectly weighted. All the Rashford had to do was hit the ball into the back of the net. Overall, this guy's passing is a 9 out of 10. As far as fullbacks go, he is absolutely elite. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and honestly, this guy felt as good as on the ball as Del Piero. This guy felt very snappy, and I wouldn't expect it because he only has 79 agility, 73 balance, but his actual dribbling stats are class with 85 dribbling, 86 ball control, 84 reactions, and his R1 and L1 dribbling felt very, very snappy. He actually had the physical and dribbling combination to beat a man or two if you want him to do that. Overall, this guy's dribbling is an 8.5 out of 10. As far as fullbacks go, he is very, very good in this regard. Next, we'll talk about his defending, and honestly, he seemed to outplay these defending stats, and I think a lot of it comes down to his body type. If you've ever used base icon Blanc, you'll know that his defending stats are not great, but he just plays magnificently well in game. And this Zambrota is the same thing. His stand tackle is 84. It felt more like 90 every time I went in for a challenge, and I did face insane cards. When I faced Nick from Run the Foot Market, this guy had record breakers Mbappe. This Zambrota card stopped him in his tracks a couple times, and that's down to his stand tackle. His defensive awareness at 79, I did not notice to be an issue at all. He was always well positioned, whether I played him at center back or on the wings. Interception wise, I think he broke a play very effectively, and overall, this guy's defensive capabilities are a 9.5 out of 10. Don't believe the stats, he is absolutely insane. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and this might be why he felt so good defensively, because physically he's a beast. He has 85 aggression, 81 strength. Going into a challenge, he never got bullied, even if he faced Ronaldo. 90 stamina means he lasts all game, and his 78 jumping helped him in aerial duels. Overall, this guy's physical is a 9 out of 10. Alright guys, so where do I rank Zambrota? I think he's a magnificent card. As far as fullbacks go, he's one of the best on this game in my opinion. And don't believe the stats, because when you look at the stats, he doesn't really look much better than somebody like a Mendy. But in game, this guy feels much better than Mendy going forward. He feels much better than Mendy going to a challenge, and physically he's an absolute beast. I gotta give him a 9 out of 10. Alright guys, so that's going to be my double review for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode, but until then,